Where do you see Singapore in 20 years' time? What will our niche be? Will Parliament still be dominated by the PAP?
I think it depends on Singaporeans. I talked some about this in the rally. It's going to be a very, very different world, very exciting but very challenging. Tremendous changes which are going to be a great boon to mankind, but tremendous challenges because the disruption, the transformations which are going to become necessary in the jobs and the opportunities and the skills which we must have, I think will have to happen very quickly. And we have to adjust to that. If we decide that we want to be up where other cities are, and a place which we are proud to live in, which others look up to, I think we can get there because we've got the resources, we are prepared, and everybody who looks at us, particularly non-Singaporeans who look at us, they say they wish they could do what we were doing. So I think that we are prepared to thrive, but we must have that toughness of mind to do that. If you decide you don't want to, you want to be much more relaxed or less pressured, then you're in a different situation. You can be less pressured, or you can make less effort, but I think you're going to find new pressures will come. Will the PAP be dominant? I don't know. Question is, will there be a stable consensus in the society on the direction you want to go? If there is, then there can be one party which has got a strong mandate and can work on behalf of Singaporeans effectively. If you don't have that consensus within the society, like in America now, where there's a deep divide between the Republicans and the Democrats, the left wing and the right wing, those who want low taxes and those who want more government spending, healthcare, those who are liberal and those who are conservative, then you have gridlock dysfunction. And it can happen to Singapore. You look at India, they have that problem. Why is it difficult to govern? Because there's no national consensus. There are many parties, there are many regional interests, and the different parties form a coalition, but every issue has to be negotiated amongst the coalition partners. And the Manmohan Singh has just, and his new finance minister have just launched a set of policies to free up the market. And one coalition partner wants out, another coalition partner or supporter is bargaining with the government for advantage. What will you give me if I support you? And we don't want to be there.
Do we still have that sense of consensus, you think?
I think we have to work to build that. It's harder. I think interests are more diverse, what the people are interested in, and also what are their interests in the sense of what they feel is important to them and good for them. And we have to build more strongly that sense of being Singaporeans together. I think it's a serious question. We would like Singaporeans to focus on it. The temptation is always to focus on immediate issues rather than future things, because it's remote, it's not tangible, it's hard to make sense of what's going to come. But we must ask ourselves, if we want to be special and successful down the road, and your children want to live in a special and successful place, what must we do to help them to get there? And I think then we frame the question right, and then we can decide what we need to do. Otherwise, we are just navel-gazing, and I think that's not constructive.
Where do you see yourself in 20 years' time? Do you think you'll continue as Prime Minister?
I do not see myself as Prime Minister in 20 years' time. I think if I am, something has gone seriously wrong.
Do you see yourself continuing beyond 70?
I hope not. 70 is already a long time more. And Singapore needs a Prime Minister who's younger, who's got that energy and who's in tune with that very much younger and very much different generation.
Do you see colleagues in the present cabinet who are of prime ministerial potential?
I think it's early days to say yet.
The next question is, what is the limit for population size? What is optimal for Singapore?
I would be hesitant to say, to produce an optimal number. I think it depends on how Singapore develops, depends on how we expand the land area, we can still reclaim land, depends how we redevelop our city and provide a good quality of life in an urban environment. Our master plan is based on 6.5 million, but 6.5 million is a not a target, it's a possibility which we have mapped out, and we know that can be done. So last week I was asked this, I said 6 million plus is no problem. Beyond that, we'll have to study carefully how we can do it. You have to invest in infrastructure, we can invest in infrastructure. We have to rebuild the city, we can do that. You need time, but we also need an economy which is prospering. Because if you don't have a successful economy, even 1 million people in Singapore will starve.